Welcome back, guys. It's EBA 101 Boxing, and today we're going to talk about what happened the last 2 weeks or so in boxing. Really quick, I just want to touch up on Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. I haven't had a chance to make a video on this, but the results were Errol Spence took majority of that fight. I think probably I gave 2, max 3 rounds to Danny Garcia, if any. Danny Garcia looked, confused, a little just worried about the long jab that Errol Spence was doing. There was a round where they were trading body shots. I know there was the dad of Danny Garcia kept asking him to ask more output, but I didn't hear. I was hoping to hear any clear directions. I know he was frustrated, and I think the one thing that was working for him, that if I were in his corner, what I would have been telling him is to double up on the body work, because not only the body work, but that straight right to the body. I feel like this, when he was hitting the sides, it hurt a little bit Errol Spence, but when it went straight to the body in the midsection, Errol Spence was like kind of bending downwards, and I feel like if he would have kept going on it, and if nothing else was working, and there's one thing working, the best thing you can do is at least double up on that. If you're already losing this fight and there's little hope, there's the hope that you're reaching, and maybe you could catch him off with the body. The output, it was just not there. Errol Spence versus him. I think a lot of people in the comment section and the video I made a prediction were saying it was the styles make the fight, because Porter was more active, right? It was a worse matchup for Errol Spence, and this clearly showed. But I did expect more from Danny Garcia, because he's always been in competitive fights where I feel like the one he has lost most clearly, but he ended up winning the fight, was versus Herrera. Most of the other ones were always competitive, and here he was kind of basically taking school. The output was not there. I don't know where he goes from now. He's always been, I think, in that B plus level, and when he faces anyone close to the A tier, the fights are very close. But because Errol Spence is just, I say, A plus tier at this point in his career, he looked amazing. He looked sharp, explosive. Defense was not there, but he says this himself, that he doesn't focus too much on defense because it's kind of boring sometimes. He says that he does a lot better when he boxes, but he likes to, make it entertaining for the fans. And I think at his, his style is going to be more fan friendly because of that. But good job to Errol Spence. He did everything right that he had to do. There was no rust, maybe a little bit when he got tired, but he will look leaner. I felt like he looks like a little bit faster than before, so that might really help. It was interesting because I felt like Crawford looked actually bigger in his last fight than Errol Spence, but maybe when you put him side to side, he's not, but he looked more filled in. Let's go into the other one. Joshua had another big win versus the mandatory. He dropped his opponent 4 times. Not much there to say, but that the other fighter had a 9-win streak since he lost to Klitschko. Hopefully the fight between Joshua and Fury happens next year. That'll be really good. I think they had questions regarding that. Then Shakur Stevenson, easy win for him. There's nothing much to talk about. That he was outmatched the opponent. Undercard was pretty interesting. I was watching it in the stream of a friend of mine. He has his own channel, Cano Loco Sports, and we were talking about how Verdejo, the undercard, was doing really good. He looked very explosive, and I actually was very impressed. And in the earlier fight, Berlanga got an early KO. We were talking about how maybe he needed to be more patient. And here's the double dagger. I always talk about it. There's sometimes where patience is really helpful because it helps you knock out someone faster or prevents you from getting knocked out. But in this case, where Verdejo didn't go for the KO when he had them hurt, it came back to cost him. Yes, he could have boxed for the last couple of rounds, but his legs got tired or whatever it is. He's in the level of Amir Khan type of status where he has the skills, but he probably doesn't have the chin anymore. Um, and he was up on that fight for like the first 5 rounds because he got that 2 knockdowns, and then slowly and but surely, Nakatani coming back, and then I was reading, yeah, I think he suffered a fractured a right orbital bone, and when during the fight, so he just kept at it. He's very tall, lengthy, and I didn't think he had that power, but it just like I said, it was like a straight little jab that hurt Verdejo, and then he couldn't recover after that, and it was over. So this weekend it was pretty good night or week of boxing, and then last week, kind of disappointed in the Errol Spence Danny Garcia. Expected a closer fight, but now we're coming into 2020. I think fights soon next week, I believe. This weekend, and there's going to be a couple fights, but next year hopefully things get improved and that we get more boxing. This year was towards the end of the year was really good, but of course that midsection early got really messed up because of the pandemic. So everybody stay safe out there. Put prayers for all your families if suffering any hardship, and please like and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. Please help your boy out, and peace.